Good evening, everyone. Good evening. It's 6:45 Central Time, 7:45 Eastern. I'm Dave, and welcome to Let's Have a Chat, Thursday edition, Lessons in Leadership. That was a lot. How are you? How's it going? How was your day? Hope you had a good one. Hope everything went your way today. If not, well, again, as always, it falls on you. You set the course. You set the standard for your day. You decide, and you make it happen. So, speaking of making it happen, let's dive into today's leadership, our lessons in leadership, and we're going to talk about goal setting. Goal setting. If you follow me here, earlier today, I posted my goals for August 2019. Today is the 1st. And usually the 1st of any month is kind of a good benchmark, a good reference point, a good starting point. Though they say it's not always the best one to get things done with, to start with, but in this case, I'm going to go with yes, it is. So that being the case, I set my goals and I posted them here, and you can see them. They're a little bit lower down and if you're on Facebook. And if you're not on Facebook, I invite you to visit my Facebook page, facebook.com/thedavidguerra. And there you can see my goals for August 2019. There are 4 goals, 4 simple goals. And of course, there's other things that fall behind it, and everything has to fall in its place in order for success to happen. So real quickly, lose 10 pounds, write 30,000 words, run at a constant steady pace of 2 miles. Now I can do the 2 miles, that's not an issue. It's maintaining that constant steady pace, and promote positivity daily. So there we go. 4 simple goals, and they're not too difficult. But as a leader, you're going to be tasked to not just set goals for yourself, but to set goals for those that you lead, those that follow you. That's just part of the deal. That's just the way it is. Because again, they're looking to you for direction. They being your followers, those that you're in charge of, those that you're supposed to manage and lead, they look to you for answers. They look to you for solutions. They look for you to inspire them and to motivate them. So how do you do that? Well, typically you set some goals. You say, hey, look, everyone, we're going to do 10 widgets this month. Every individual is going to build 10 widgets. And whatever those 10 widgets are, that's the goal. That's the goal. And is it attainable? Yeah. Well, I'm getting too far ahead of myself. So we set the goals, and then we come back and we might need to refine them. Why do we refine them? Because sometimes we need to use the SMART method, S-M-A-R-T. And I've talked about this before in past videos. It's the SMART method. Others have talked about it too. And it stands for, it's a mnemonic acronym thing. And here it is. S for SMART. S stands for specific. Is the goal specific? Is it measurable? That's the M. Is it the A? The A, is it achievable? Is it attainable? R, is it relevant? And the T is it timely? So all 5 of those things, you look at your goals and you say, okay, are they specific? Well, in this case, write 30,000 words. That's pretty specific to me. Is it measurable? Yes, because I've got 31 days in August to write 30,000 words. So there we go. Yes, it's measurable. Is it achievable? I can lose 10 pounds. Yes, I can. I can write 30,000 words? I can do my best to promote positivity daily. Yes. Can I run 2 miles? Yes. Is it relevant? Yes. Yes, it is relevant. And you're like, well, it's relevant to me. And it's relevant to me in a sense that in order to get to where I want to be, I want to write my next book. Well, I got to write 30,000 words at least. So yes, it's relevant to me. I want to be healthier. I ultimately, in the long term, and I'll talk about short term, long term, in the long term, I want to run a 10K. And I've been saying it. So here in my town where I live in, every February or at the end of January, February, start of February, there's a huge race, 10K. And I've done the smaller ones, the 5Ks and all of that, but now it's time to up the ante, and we're going to go to 10K. And I know at this moment I can't do 10 kilometers or 6 something miles, but in a nice steady pace, but I have to work up to it. So yes, that is timely, that is relevant, that all falls in line with what I want to do. So the short-term goals, the long-term goals, as a leader, you definitely need to look at the big picture, see it for what it is, and then figure out how you're going to get there, what that long-term goal is. Well, yeah, I want to do that 10K in February. I need to practice now. I can't practice after the start of after the holidays, start of the new year. That's just not going to work. That's not going to work. So, short-term goals. As a leader, as yourself, you lead yourself, then you need to set specific, time-sensitive, relevant, specific, and attainable goals. So yeah, I want to do the 10K, but I got to make sure I have the 2 miles under control. Then I can do the 3 miles in September, the 4 miles in October, 5 miles in November, 6 miles in December, and then I just maintain when it comes time to, then I can just work on time. There we go, work on getting faster. And come January or come February, I'm running that 10K. That's the goal. That's the long-term goal. The short-term goal is, let's get these 2 miles under control. I want to write that novel. I want to write a 90,000 word novel at least. So guess what? I got to write the first 30,000. That's what I'm going to do. That's it. And it's that simple. But again, ensure that no matter what you're doing in your personal life or your professional life, with your family, with your friends, with yourself, or with complete strangers, set goals. You can even set goals for them, for complete strangers. My goal is to get people to share their goals. Might not be today, it might not be tomorrow, but I want people to share their goals. And why? Because once you put your goals down in writing, it's a done deal. You look at it every day, you act on it, you motivate yourself to act on it. So say you want to do you want to be able to do 100 push-ups. Well, it all begins with the first push-up. You motivate yourself and you inspire yourself to do 1 push-up today. Tomorrow you do 2 push-ups, and so on and so on. But you're going to get there so long as you stick to it, so long as you keep referring to this real, tangible thing. Everything is written down. Now it's real. It's no longer just in your head. It's a real deal. And how does that help your team? Because they see you doing it. They see you setting those goals. They see you working to achieve those goals. They see that, hey, wait a minute. Dave's the real deal. Dave means what he says. Dave has, well, one, the courage, the guts to put it out there for the whole world to see and open it up to criticisms. Because again, that's what happens when you put stuff out there. But see, what happens also is that you kind of get stronger and you kind of get immune to the criticisms. Because yes, there will be those that, oh, who does he think he is? He can't do that. Look at him. Have you seen him lately? Whatever. That's not the important thing. The important thing is what you think and what you do for yourself. You set your goals. You set them for your team. You inspire your team. You motivate your team. You inspire yourself. You motivate yourself. You get out there. You start hustling. You start grinding. And I guarantee you, just by eating a little bit, modifying my eating habits, I'll lose some weight. But getting that speed and getting that time and getting the consistency and the nice steady pace in that 2 miles are really going to contribute to the 10 pounds I want to lose. Now, ultimately, I do want to lose a lot more weight, but again, I don't fall into that trap of, well, set yourself a goal of the ultimate weight. And it's like, no, because then it just seems unattainable. It's unattainable, and then that just kills the letter A here, because it's not smirt, it's smart. So it is attainable. It's achievable. So sit down, write down some goals, and then break down those goals and figure out, well, is this a long-term goal or is this a short-term goal? And if it's a long-term goal, definitely break it down to something shorter. Folks, it just takes a little practice. It just takes a little bravery, a little courage, a little reaching deep down inside yourself and realizing, hey, it's not going to get done unless I do it myself. Forget about the naysayers. They're a dime a dozen. Don't worry about them. Don't worry about those that think they know you, those that don't even know you. Don't even worry about that, because again, they don't know what's going on in here. Look, there's only room for your brain. Nobody else can be in there, just you. So again, don't worry about them. Worry about yourself. You want to be better every day? Then do something. Put it in writing that says, hey, look, this is why I want to be better every day, because I do have an end goal in mind. I do have this long-term goal in mind. Ultimately, I'd like to say, hey, with all of this writing, I just get better. So the next year I can say, you know what, in a month I want to write 50,000 words. You never know until you take that first step, because again, even that 50,000 word goal begins with the first word. That 2 mile begins with that first mile. The 10K begins with the 1K, and so on and so on. That first 10 pounds begins with 1, and so on and so on. And it's an everyday thing. It's going to be an everyday battle, but you know what? We can do it. I can do it. I know I can do it. I know I have it in me. So it's time to, you know what? Put up or shut up. Because that's who I am and that's what I want to share with people. So again, as a leader, you're called upon to lead people. You're called upon to inspire people. You're called upon to motivate them. And what's the best way? Is to do what you say. That's right. Walk your talk. It's that simple. Walk your talk. Folks, I'm Dave. It is Thursday, August 1st, 2019. A new month, new set of goals, and let's make it happen. And again, if you want to, you're more than welcome to share your goals down below. Doesn't have to be anything huge, but just something that you want to accomplish this month. Maybe just one item. Put in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. And until tomorrow, where we're going to close out this 5-day work week, but we still have more stuff to do. We got those side hustles, so we'll get it done. But in the meantime, we'll close out tomorrow. Tomorrow being Friday. And between now and then, I wish you a good evening. Have a good day. I'll talk to you soon.